Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Hey, gang.
Well, thank you everybody for coming onto this call tonight. I have the pleasure of, bringing on somebody that, first of all, incredibly made this remarkable technology, and it's just, man, what a journey we've been on. It's just incredible how everything has just sort of been put into place, and all you incredible people have joined his mission, and he's the most authentic, and his integrity is off the charts. He's a wonderful human being. He's my friend. He's my mentor. He's Jay Dhaliwal, and we all know him well. So I'm going to throw it over to him because it's time to get back to the basics here, guys. And he's going to explain how you do this, like what you need to do to drive your business forward. So if you're on this call, congratulations. But without further ado, I'd like to put you on over, and welcome, buddy, and thanks for coming in to talk to everybody tonight.
All right, man. It's my pleasure. Let me just see here what I'm going to. Give me a second here. I'm just. There we go. Hold on a second. All right. Can everybody see me here? Can you see me, Paul? All right, hold on. I'll mute you here for a second. Here you go, Paul. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes.
Okay, good. Stay on the call here with.
Oh, sorry, I unmuted. I didn't, just in case my kids, but hey, my kids are here.
It's okay. Hey guys, how you guys doing tonight? We're gonna do a couple of things tonight. I've been just passively listening to the training calls and just watching everybody's participation, and it's so great to see everything that's going on, and I got to commend everybody taking the effort and doing all the amazing work. I was talking to Paul late last week, and I said, hey, Paul, I think it'd probably benefit everybody if we could just go back to some of the basics of what's made Paul successful, what's made a lot of our leadership team successful, and how do we, get back to that, just the basics of what we have, and we're remembering what makes us successful and going on to that. So today we're going to talk about, qualifying people that are going to join our teams, because I think everybody in our organization, everybody, including me, we've dedicated time and energy and resources to bringing people on board, only to find that, the enthusiasm, although initially was there, they said the right things, but the lack of action isn't there. The lack of action hasn't yielded all the results that we hope that they've done for themselves, and thus for our teams and growing there, right? And there's a big disconnect between what somebody says they're going to do and ultimately what ends up happening, right? And there's a way to really, I do this every day when we're hiring and bringing people on board, simple, easy things, just little test questions, little test that where the story that they're telling us actually matches up to the actions that they're going to take. So I put together a quick little PowerPoint, and at the end of this, I'm going to actually open it up for people that have access to the computer to text in some of the objections that they get, and I'll share with you how I would overcome those tough questions that seemingly are so impossible to get over with, and I'll share with you how I'd answer those questions. So let me open this up here. Share slideshow. Okay, so qualifying. Can everybody see this screen? Paul, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, great. So qualifying potential team members, right, guys? It's so important that we never lose sight that what we're doing is so important, and and our mission is so important, and what we have in our hands is so important. Okay? Never let anyone take you guys for granted. Never let anyone take you for granted in terms of how much you're willing to do for people, what you do for them, and what kind of leadership you're showing. Your beacons of inspiration. Your job isn't to drag anybody to their own success. People have to participate in their own success, okay? So we're going to talk about some very frank things tonight. I'm going to share some straight talk with everybody on the call, and then we're going to get to decide how we want to participate in our own success and how people have to choose to participate in their own success, because you can't make anybody do it. You can't want it for anybody else more than they want it for themselves, right? I think we're all clear on that. But sometimes I think, when we've been talking to somebody for such a long time and they're giving us all the donkey nods and I want to do this, we fall for it. We think, oh, this person's so close, and really they're not. Okay, so we're going to do some quick testing, some quick questions of qualifying potential team members, okay? So here we go. First thing, before we go anywhere, there's some things that we have to do, that we have to put check marks beside that we've done these things. Otherwise, we're not ready to proceed to have that business conversation. So before discussion of the business, guys, these things need to happen. Number one, they must have product, right? If they don't have the product, we're talking about vaporware, we're talking about concepts, we're talking about ideas, we're talking about everything except what separates us from everything else in the industry, everything else in the world. It's our strength, uniqueness of our technology and our products and the benefits and value we deliver to millions and millions of people. Okay, they got to have it, because then you have something to talk about and you can share those things. Number two, you must have added them to VoxxLife testimonials. This is on you. This is on me. If we don't do this, we're missing a big gap between our concept, our products, and actually the value we're delivering to the world. Number three, you've sent them the VoxxLife opportunity video. Okay, you need to have done these three things. Static. They have to have happened, right? And then once that's happened, now you have some follow-up points and some conversation points to have with people about, hey, are they serious about discussion around VoxxLife business opportunity above and beyond the value and benefits they're receiving from the product and the tech? These are critical. If these haven't been done, you have no reason to talk about business with them, because you haven't done your job as a supporter of the business and as a proponent of technology and products. Okay, so qualifying. So what does this mean? We talked about this at summer training in Toronto. I'm going to get a little bit granular on it. Just 3 or 4 simple things that are so critical to qualifying positive mental attitude, coachability, and their why. People say, how do you test for positive mental attitude? How do you test for coachability? How do you qualify for this? It's saying that we've got to do it, but what are the words and what are the things that you do and say? The real simple, guys. These are the easiest things. So once you've done that, you've got the product in their hands, and you've asked them to join VoxxLife testimonials, and you've asked them to watch the video, we're going to go check now, has this happened, right? So if it's Paul, I'd say, hey, Paul, hey, man, it's great. Hey, did you get a chance to check out the testimonials that I added you to?
No, man, I haven't.
If you say, well, let's start with the positive, because we always start with, yeah, you're a go-getter, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Start with the positive. And he goes, yeah, I have. And I go, what did you like? Right? Because if he's done it, because listen, one of the greatest leaders in North America ever was Ronald Reagan. And this is what he said: trust but verify. Right? We trust you, but I'm going to verify that you've done it. Right? So I say, hey, Paul, great, you went out there. What did you like? Because his answers are going to tell me exactly what he's concerned about, what he's looking to help for himself, because he's going to look up things that are helping maybe people that he knows, loved ones. Those different types of things are going to give you insight into why he's doing this. Equally importantly, if not more importantly, you're going to know, hey, is Paul coachable? Because I asked Paul, say, hey, Paul, go on there and check out the testimonials. He goes, oh, I like this. I like the ones about the stability and balance ones. I like these ones. I like those. Those are great. Then my next thing is, hey, Paul, when will you be adding yours? Okay, right away. I'm going to commit him to another course of action, right? It's so important that we share our stories so others can learn and be inspired as well, right? Because if Paul's telling me he liked all these things, it's only time that he reciprocate that. Because whatever happens, he's got, if he really believes in the product and technology and he's telling all these things he liked, we're going to ask, hey, are you going to participate in the success of the business? Are you going to participate in your own success? Are you going to participate in the success of the team by sharing your testimonial, right? And that's key, right? Because it's these little wins, it's these little actions of commitment that get them into the habit of following through on what they say. Little thing. Hey, did you check out testimonials? Great. What did you like? Great. When are you adding yours? Check mark, check mark. If he says no, And Paul says, no, I go, listen, dude, you need to do that before we can get started, okay? There's a reason I asked you to do that, and that this is the best way for you to have the best possible exposure of why this company is successful. Let me know when you've done that, and then we can schedule a call for follow-up to continue, okay? I'm not begging Paul to go do this. Paul has to participate in his own success, okay? If Paul's not willing to participate in his own success, nothing I say or do is going to make him successful. If he didn't do the simple task, if our prospect didn't do the simple task of going online and enjoying testimonials and going through it, that's one of the most powerful marketing tools that we have. And if prospective prospects won't even invest 15 minutes into learning why makes this technology so amazing, why millions of people are benefiting from this, this is the best possible exposure of why this company is successful. And you got to say, hey, listen, I said, listen, Paul, let me know when you've done that, and then we'll have to schedule a follow-up to continue. Guys, this is serious. The conversation stops here if the answer is no. Has to stop. Has to stop, because if you don't, if you continue, you've lost control. If you say, oh, don't worry about it, get to it when you have time, you're done. You gave up complete control of a situation where you're the expert and you're the mentor and you're the guidance on this person being successful, right? Because all we teach, all I would teach if I let Paul off the hook, that it's okay not to follow through on your commitment, that it's okay not to do what needs to be done. When you say, listen, time is valuable, this is important, you have to do this, when you've done it, you let me know. Not like I'm going to follow up with you to see when you've done it. So you let them tell you when they've completed the task, and they have to ask for follow-up. They have to commit to their own success. They have to commit to their own success. They have to commit to their own success, because if they don't commit to their own success, nothing you say, do, promise, you can drag them all the way to Mount Olympus, right? They're not going to do it. So unless they do simple little things, how are they going to do the big things? Okay? And if they don't show initiative, guys, now here's the straight talk. If they don't show initiative, you already know they won't do anything in the business either. Now that's hard talk, right? You got to decide. Before you go invest a minute, a day, a week, a month, a year in someone that won't even invest in themselves, you have to double check. Maybe they just want to enjoy the product. Maybe they feel like you want them to do the business, but they have to commit to doing these actions, okay? So number one, we got to check in. You got to stop right here. You got to send them back to restart. So listen, you got to go back to go. Don't click 200. You got to go back to start and start all over again, okay? No easy rides. You got to participate in your own success. They got to participate in their own success, okay? Got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. Okay, next question. If they go, yes, great, fantastic. Fantastic. Next question. Did you check out the opportunity video? You sent that to them, right? That's one of the things we got to do. Yes. What did you like about it? It's funny, how it repeats itself. Because they're going to tell you what they liked about it. Great. What questions do you have? Because it couldn't possibly be that somebody really serious about helping people and getting on board this mission and who've got their why figured out, want to do this, don't have any questions. It's not possible. Right? So this is a probing question, verifying that did you actually listen, observe what was in this video that talks about this amazing, amazing opportunity, this amazing technology, all these amazing things that need to happen. Okay? If they say no, Paul says no, right back, you need to do that before we can get you started. There's a reason I asked you to do that, and that is so you will have the best possible explanation of why this company is successful. Again, let me know when you watched it, and we'll have to schedule a follow-up. Conversation stops. If they haven't done it, you don't do any work. You do not do any work. Which do you cannot. There's only one opportunity video. It's the one with the password, Carol Romenka. Stop the conversation here. If you don't, if you follow through and you say, okay, don't worry about it, get to it later, you're training the wrong behavior. Check it right there. Check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself. Right? Because your success will tell you whether you're doing the right thing. And let them tell you. They have to tell you when they've watched it and they ask for the follow-up. Okay. Here's a simple question you can ask yourself. Remember when we were in school or grade school or high school and we studied so hard for an exam and we know we did well on it, right? How anxious were we to go get that mark? We were asking, hey, Peach, when are we getting our mark back? When are we getting our grade? When are we getting our grade? When are we getting our grade, right? Because you're anxious because you want to see the results of that. You want to get going because you know you're succeeding. But when we didn't study and we crammed it and we're like, oh, man, I'm 50-50 at best. Maybe I passed, maybe I failed. I don't really care. We weren't that enthusiastic about getting our grade back. Our prospects' enthusiasm for more information, for learning, for succeeding is indicative of what they're going to do. Right? You can't chase other people's dreams. You got to chase your dream. You got to make your dream happen. Right? So if Paul's coming back, oh, you know, Jay, I'll get to it later. And then I go, hey, time out, Big B. Time out, baby. You got to go back. You got to watch that video. You let me know when you watched it, and I'll spend some more time with you. But I won't spend more time with anybody with them than they won't spend for themselves. Understand? Simple math. If Paul is spending 15 minutes on the opportunity, Paul gets 5 minutes of my time. If Paul is spending 1 hour of his time, I'm going to give him 15 minutes of my time. If Paul is spending a week of his time, Paul's going to get a day of my time because I can't give everybody equal, right? I got to spread it out. But if Paul's not giving 1 minute of his time, I'm not even going to reply to his text message. Why? I'm busy. I got to help Diane. I got to help Bonnie. I got to help Cheryl. I got to help Sandy. I got to help a lot of people. And I'm going to help those that help themselves. Right? You can't do it for anybody. You got to inspire them to lead, but you got to come from a position of strength. You represent the greatest neurotech in the world. No one else has it. We're helping millions of people. We got everything going for ourselves. Every day is better than the day before. No begging. You're strong. You have everything going for yourself. Let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way. Okay? So this is what we got to do. We're not done there yet, right? So if this is check mark, yes, great. They're following through. This also shows your coachability. You ask them to do something. The coach said, hey, you got to know the playbook. You got tonight when you go home, you got to run 10 laps. You got to do 200 push-ups. You got to come back. When you haven't done those, sorry, I can't help you, dude. You got to go do the laps. You got to do the push-ups. You got to do the squats. You got to watch. You got to do this. This is all about coachability. Is somebody going to do what the coach says? If listen, when I played football in high school, I didn't play college. I wasn't that good. I played football and rugby. If I didn't do what the coach said, I got no play time. I rode the pine. But when I did the coach said and I delivered my best effort and I got out there, I got more play time and I got better at my sport. Right? But they have people to participate in their own success. You can't do it for them. All right? Here we go. If they don't show initiative, you already know. Now this is where we have to evaluate our position. It's a hard thing to do, okay? But you have to be mature, emotionally centered. That if somebody is saying they don't want to do this, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity in their life. Somebody saying no to this or not doing what's required is impacting them. It's not impacting you. They're choosing not to participate in their own success. That's got nothing to do with you. They're choosing not to participate in their own success. It's got nothing to do with you. You're participating in your success. You're doing everything right. Don't let somebody else's issues get in the way of your success. Okay? We can't do that. All right? So we're not done yet. A couple of more little things that we want to talk about. Okay? This is what we want to ask. Next question. I ask this time all the time when I'm interviewing people. As a person, are you happy? As a person, are you generally happy? I bet you most people don't even ask that question of themselves, let alone anybody else. Okay? As a person, are you happy? And this is the best way of finding out if the prospect is aligned with the mission and has personal motivations for wanting to do the work to grow their business. Let's analyze this. Okay? It's a way of finding if this person is aligned and has the personal motivations for wanting to do the work to grow their business. Because in their happiness, what they're going to tell you, if they're happy, they're going to tell you a lot about themselves. People that can pinpoint the things that drive their happiness tend to also have better reasons for wanting to do the work to grow their business. This is fact. If people know what makes them happy and what defines their happiness, they know what it takes to get those things. Right? It's about being able to know what makes you happy, what makes them happy. You have to ask them. Because I bet you most people you're going to meet have never thought about what makes them happy. And when you make them think about it, you're going to learn a lot of things, okay? Let me show you what you're going to learn. Hint. It's really telling of people who understand what makes them happy and who have self-awareness about deeper things driving happiness. Personal relationships, health, versus more shallow things like vacations and tchotchkes and toys, okay? In their happiness is their why. They will tell you why they're doing this. If their kid's success and their kid's education, and if they're talking about their family and they're talking about their health and the health of their family, and they're talking about, you know, why they're happy and the things that they succeeded in life with and why they're where they are and what makes them happy, you're going to know what's driving them. Right? You're going to know what drives them, and they're going to have this why, and you can anchor on that and remind them of all the things. Because people, listen, we will do things that make us happy. We will avoid things that make us unhappy. Okay? But making people come to clarity about what makes them happy. You got to say, are you happy? Something, listen, right away. Somebody goes, are you happy? And they start complaining about 1,000,001 things. You already know. You already know that, man, this, if Paul tells me, I say, hey, Paul, are you happy? He goes, well, you know, not really. This is wrong and that's wrong. If he can't tell me if he's happy about anything in life, you got an issue of negativity on your hands. You got a big X coming your way. You got a big red sign that says it's going to be hard. I don't know if Paul's going to be hard to work with, because everything that comes in, Paul's going to have a reason to be unhappy, right? You got to figure it out. You got to ask those questions, because then you'll know what the deal is. Okay, so you got to ask this question. Hey, as a person, are you generally happy? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy? Okay, next question. Do you consider yourself lucky? Okay, got to ask that question. And I know there's all this stuff out there. Oh, you know, hard work makes luck. Forget about that for a second. Do you consider yourself lucky? You know what? I'm the luckiest guy in the world, but everything works out for me. More things work out the more I work at them, but everything always works out. I'm a pretty lucky guy. Very blessed. Right? Some people see, Elsa, I hear what you're saying. Some people aren't evolved to get to understanding of blessed, okay? We'll just use the word lucky because everybody understands what lucky is. Getting to blessed is an evolution of spirit. When we understand that, then we're into some amazing things in our lives. But let's just start with the average John Q. public, right? You consider yourself lucky, and this is what's going to tell you. Let them talk. They're going to tell you. They're going to tell you about all, say, hey, what was the luckiest thing that ever happened? Like, what do you consider luck? They're going to tell you. People love to talk about their luck, good luck or bad. Okay? It's a way of finding out if the prospect is positive oriented or negative oriented. This is critical. This is going to help you determine how much time you're going to spend with this person. Because it's very telling of people who live in gratitude. Okay? Very important. People that don't live in gratitude, don't consider themselves lucky, aren't happy. Now, trust me, I've been at this a long time. Gratitude is an anchor of positive attitude. They're putting gratitude out in the universe is giving it back. Okay? More. Hint. You cannot change who anyone is. We agree? We cannot change who anyone is. If they're negative, they're negative. I do not. I'm going to personalize this. I do not have the wherewithal, the energy, the time to take a negative person and make them positive. Okay, that does not mean a negative person cannot benefit from our technology and our products and help them with their quality of life. I am not saying that. I'm talking about people that you want to join on your team, take you to the next level. Okay? Take the mission to the next level, help you succeed and reach your why to the next level. If you come across a negative, and this is terrible for it sounds horrible, but it's not about helping. This is about helping them with technology and products. But for you to move forward and to evolve and to grow, positive people are going to help you get there. Right? Positive people can help you get there, not the negative ones. Okay, you can't change who anyone is. So you have to decide if you want to work with them at this point, guys. So isn't that great? You haven't spent a lot of time, only 3 or 4 questions. You can make that decision right away. So yeah, man, I'm not working with Jay. That dude's negative. He's always down. He's never happy. He's so, here's so. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Right? You can't. Gotta live in gratitude. You gotta ask them if they're lucky. Because they don't understand gratitude, but they understand lucky. Believe in me. Okay? People understand what lucky is. So you know what? You got good luck and bad. I'm a pretty lucky guy. Everything works out for me. Okay, now you're getting in the situation. So now what happens? Now what happens is you quickly, in 5-6 minutes, quickly qualify a potential prospect of how much more time you're going to spend with them. If you don't do these 4 things, you're out in a flyer. You're guessing. You're guessing about your own success. You're going to dedicate time to people that are going to drill holes in the bottom of your boat. You're going to think they're rowing with you, but they're not. They're going to be in the dark, drilling the hole, the bottom of the boat, and all you're going to be doing is sloshing the water out with the bucket because you're always going to be complaining about one thing or another thing. You're not going to do what you ask. Well, we know. We all have those people in our lives and our organizations, right? And then you guys like, enough's enough. Overboard. I'm not spending any more time with you. Okay? Because as much as they might enjoy the product, they're not helping you get to where you need to get to. Do not need holes. That's right, Kevin Duguay. We do not need holes. Okay? Oops. So what are positive traits? Okay? When people are talking about themselves and how they're expressing themselves and are you happy or are you lucky, these are the things you've got to listen for. Optimism. Spreads joy and happiness. Easy to have fun with. Never get stuck in the past. They're never talking about grade 8 when Betty Sue dumped them for Phil or somebody else. Never get stuck in the past. They got over that stuff. Not a lot of they're not carrying baggage from 1935 or 1975 or 1985 or 2005 or last year. They learn from their mistakes. Right? They got to learn from their mistakes. It affects your life positively. When this person calls, you want to answer the phone because they're always got something positive to say. They're not the bearers of bad news. They deal with every phase of life with confidence. You're going to hear this in the things. Hey, I had this challenge. I dealt with it. Those are the things you want to hear when you're talking to people. They lack fear. They're not afraid to try. Not everybody's going to have all of these things, but you're going to hear instances of these things. They have great self-esteem. They have self-respect. They never let failure get in the way. Just because they didn't succeed over here doesn't mean to stop trying and try something else. Okay? That's the key. Listen for these things. Right? And once you find somebody that shows these things, now you got some real good gold there. You got some gold. You can work with this person. You can guide them. You can mentor them. You can coach them. You can lead them to success. And then their success will be your success. Okay? Key. Right? So what does that mean? Let's recap. Let's go all the way back. What do we got to do? Qualify potential teammates. Must do before discussion of business. You must have the product. You must have added them to VoxxLife testimonials. You have to send them the VoxxLife opportunity video. Qualify for positive attitude, coachability, and their why. You check out testimonials. If it's yes, keep going. If it's no, stop them in the tracks, go back. Got to do it. That means they're not showing coachability. And you have no time for not coachable people on your team. You're the coach. If the player won't play the play, you have to ride the pine. You got to go away. Check the opportunity video again. You got to do it. If they won't do it, what do you think they're gonna go do a sock and soul party? You think they're gonna call 20 people or invite 20 people to their house? They won't spend 4 minutes to watch a video? You think that's gonna happen? That's not gonna happen. Hey, I tell you, nothing's gonna happen. Big nothing, zero, bupkis, nothing. They'll do this. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. You won't. 4 minutes. The video's 4 minutes. If somebody won't watch a 4-minute video, they're not gonna do anything. Okay. All right. Next. Then we're going to ask them, are you happy? You got to ask them, hey, are you a happy person? Are you generally happy as a person? What's great about your life? What are you happy about? What are you grateful for? You're going to have these things. You're going to have these things. You're going to have these questions you have to ask. And you're going to see what motivates them, right? Because when you talk about happy, you're going to learn where this person is. You're going to learn, are they in survival mode? Are they in status mode? Are they in freedom mode? Or are they in purpose mode? So their discussion of happiness will tell you where they are. Okay? Very clear. Right? And it's not wrong. It just tells you what you're working with. And you need to know. And then, are you lucky? This is all about gratitude. What is the orientation? Positive traits, all these amazing things. Okay? This is very clear. Very obvious. So this is just a little bit of recap of what we talked about qualifying our people. But hey, we also got to apply this to ourselves. Where are we on this? Where are we on this? Right? Where are we on this? Because we got to get to that. Where are we on this? Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today. And next week, we're going to talk about money. Talking about money and feeling good about it. Okay? So I know sometimes people, sometimes our field, sometimes our leadership, have a hard time reconciling the mission with money. And it's a real simple conversation. But it's more time. I don't want to jam too much stuff into it tonight. So if Paula has me back, I'll come back next week. We'll talk about talking about money and feeling good about it for yourself and for the people you're talking about and talking to. Okay? Money's not a bad thing. Okay? It's mother's milk. It's nourishment. It allows us to do things for our family, to do things for other people. With that money, how would you participate in philanthropy and charity with that money? You haven't got it figured out. You can't help the world, right? This is the world we live in. This is what we've done, okay? We're not done yet, okay? This is next week. So the next thing I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to open this up. So I saw some objections here. So we'll take 3 or 4 objections about what you guys hear out there that you get stuck on, and I'll try to answer it the way that I would answer it. And okay, somebody had a question. Hey, what do we do with people that are drilling holes in the bottom of the boat? All right, real simple. Okay, you got to have courage now. Okay, if you find somebody is spreading negativity in your organization, if you find somebody is drilling holes in your boat, somebody's not rowing their way, you got to have moral strength. You got to have courage. You got to call it out. Okay, but the key is this. The key is not to pass judgment in our communication. The key is to make the observation and what that is leading to in the organization. Okay? So if I find out that somebody's drilling holes in the bottom of my boat, I wouldn't say, hey man, hey Paul, you're a horrible person. Why are you doing these things? What were you thinking? You big dummy. No. I would say this. I would say, hey Paul, when these things are said and shared, so say, hey Paul, when we make negative comments about this, or we say this, or we don't follow through on it, this is the repercussion it has on the team and on the business. Just an observation. And what this happens to the team is the team morale gets downtrodden. We lose progress. We take a big step backward. So I would ask Paul, say, hey Paul, I would ask that you really, really, think twice about those kind of comments, because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the momentum and you're hurting the movement, right? Because the reality is this. If I say, Paul, man, you're such a jerk, dude. If I go right to judgment, I was not going to hear a thing that I said. We have to isolate the action or the behavior and the impact that it has without passing judgment on the person. Okay? That's key. And you have, but there's more. Because unless that doesn't happen, they say, hey, Paul, if we can't make those changes and start participating in a positive way, then I'm going to ask you to not participate on my team. Okay? You gotta have the stones. You gotta have the guts. You gotta have the guts. I'll tell you right now, somebody's drilling a hole in my boat, I'm throwing them overboard. Okay? Key. Now the next one is, thank you for talking about money next week. Okay, I want to join, but I don't have lots of money to start gold. If somebody says, I don't have a lot of money to start gold, that's okay. That's okay. Right? That's okay. But is that just an excuse or is that a real validation? Right? Because the reality is this, and this is where I would position it. If somebody does not have $600 to start the business, I can tell you right now they're in survival mode. Guaranteed, right, guys? We all agree? If somebody does not have $600 to start into a business, they are in survival mode. And it's okay. So the surest way to get them out of survival mode is to get them $600. So you got to listen. You got to make $600. So you have $600 in profit, right? It's about painting and explaining to them why it's so necessary. And if it really comes to the fact that they don't have $600, you cut back to $400. The reality is you got to get them on. If you really care and they want to do this, they got to find it in themselves to go to the next step. If they got to start smaller, they're going to start smaller. Okay. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So next one is Jeff. This sounds great, and I love the idea, but I'd like to be involved, but I don't have time. That's great. How much time do you have? Qualify them. Some time is not an option. If they say, well, maybe I can do it, maybe I can't, right? So the feedback, Jeff, is this. Say, listen, I'm willing to commit time, energy, resources to help you be successful, but no more time than you're willing to commit. Right? And say, maybe you're right. Maybe this is not right for you. Take it away from them. If somebody's telling you that they like it, they like the idea, but don't have time, they're right. They don't have time and they're not going to do it. I would say to them, hey, you know what? You're probably not a good fit for this because this takes time commitment and it takes effort and it takes work. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a get-rich-for-real scheme, right? But you got to work. You got to work. When I was growing up, part-time was 4 hours a day. That's what part-time was, right? So it's key. You got to qualify them. How much time is not a lot of time? Because the other reality is, what are they hoping to get out of their time? Right? If somebody wants an extra $100 a week, there's a time commitment to it. If somebody wants $1,000 a month, there's a time commitment to it. This is one of the greatest blow-offs anybody can give you. I don't have a lot of time. Great. You don't have a lot of time. Fantastic. Enjoy the product. Right? Because they just want an out. And they're gonna display all the things that they don't have time, right? So you don't want to do it. You don't want to waste your time with that. Okay, what else do we have here? What else? All right. All right. Who interested in business and you have since one of the following steps to move forward and say? No, if somebody says they're going to go to the main website and it's not under you, that's, why would you? I'm sad. If you spend time with somebody and they don't want to join with you, there's an issue there, man. A girl, whoever this is, 2510404. We got to look in the mirror. We've done something where somebody is not enthusiastic about joining our team. Okay, so if this is happening to you, if let's just be this, if I am investing time, energy, money, bringing people out to this opportunity, and they say to me, hey, I'm going to join, but not join under you, I need to go talk to my upline and say, hey, be very straight with me because I'm turning people off in terms of why they don't want to join with me. They want to join with somebody else. right? In my experience in business, I've been in business a long time. Corporate sales, vacuum sales, you name it. I've been doing this for a long, long time. I've never had anyone say to me, well, thank you for all the information, but I'm going to go buy from somebody else, then I come back to you for service. My head would spin. I don't even know how that happens. Okay? So if somebody's doing that, you need to get feedback on your approach and what you're doing it, because they can't come to you for information. They're not going to join you on your team. It's not fair to you, right? Something else has gone wrong there, and I don't know what it is, but you have to ask some questions, okay? So that is, oh, I need to learn more first? Great. Have a nice day. Here's all the information you can learn, but I don't think you're ready yet. Because this is the reality. There's no shortage. If somebody needs to do more research, have a nice day. You're not ready yet. It'll take them weeks and hours to do more research. It took Jay 10 years to figure this out. What research do you need to do? It's a blowout. They're not ready. Take it away. Say, listen, you're not ready yet. Here's all the videos. When you've watched them all and gone through the testimonials and you're comfortable, you come back and talk to me, and maybe I'll have time for you. Okay? Go learn, but not on your time. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't have time. You have to try to help a billion people. And somebody's giving you a blow off about, I need to do more research? Really? Are they going to invest 10 years of their life and become a neuroscientist? Are they going to do that? What are they going to research? 43,000 testimonials, an amazing advisory board, products, world-leading products, great easy compensation plans, success stories coming out of the wazoo. They're just giving you a nonsense reason. And you give them a nonsense answer back saying, hey, listen, you're not ready yet. Go read it. Go do what you want. When you're ready, you let me know, and maybe I'll have some time. Your job is not to drag people to success. That is not your job. Never has been, never will be. Okay? And that's the key. And that's the key. And that's the key. You got to come from a position of strength. You have something to offer that no other company in direct sales, network marketing has. Let that register. You have something that no one else has. So imagine you represent Tesla electrical cars, and somebody wanted to talk to you about mileage on their Buick. What are you talking about? Doesn't make any sense. How much research do you think people do when they go buy a car for $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, $90,000, $20,000? You think they go understand how the engineering went on the car? No. You think they understand the financial report from GM or Ford or Chrysler or Mercedes or BMW? No. They don't. Move on. Take the opportunity away from them. Take it away. Take it away. So listen, you're not ready yet. Here's all the information. It'll take you weeks and months to learn it, to read it. Go right ahead. When you're ready, you call me. And that's the reality of it. Because somebody that's always looking for more information to make a decision, there's more than enough information to make a decision. And that's what I'll leave you guys with, okay? And next week, like I said, Paul will have me back.
100%.
We're gonna talking about money and feeling good about it, right? I'm not expecting anybody to be a neuroscientist, guys, right? Our job is to share the technology and share the products. There's billions and billions of people that deserve our help, and that's it. So that's what I'll leave you guys with. Thanks for coming online tonight. Paul, thanks for having me here. This was a lot of fun. I want to do this more often.
Hey, we appreciate it. This is what everyone needs to hear. You told me what to do one day in your office, and I just went out and Terry and I just did what we had to do, and it's following exactly what you said. And we can say it all we want, but coming from you, it's just, guys, just align with what he just said and watch what happens. And shake the people you're dragging off. And
You got to shake them
on
up.
those.
You got to let them go. 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 Okay? You got to let them go. Because this is what it is, guys. This is science now. In the wintertime, especially in the northern hemisphere, there's a massive drop in the oxygen in the air. Okay, why? Because the trees, fall comes, they lose their leaves. The leaves are what output the oxygen into the atmosphere. Okay? There's a massive drop of oxygen, and the relationship is this. If we have dead limbs on our tree, don't have any leaves, they're not producing oxygen, that's not healthy. Okay? It's tough, but it's factual, right? We have such a massive, massive mission ahead of us. We have personal goals and personal objectives, things we want to do for ourselves and our families and our loved ones, right? And we need people that want to do that for themselves and their families and their loved ones. But if people won't do something for their families and their loved ones, we should not be delusional, think that they're going to do anything to help us. Okay? There's the story that somebody shared with me once. And there was some network marketing company. He says, "Hey Jay," he goes, "he had this company, and the startup, the startup cost on the package was $1,000, and this person was giving me all the answers and the right answers, but said, hey, I don't have $1,000 to get started. I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." Because it so happens, the person 2-3 days or a week later, a couple of weeks later, is telling me a story about how one of their pets, with their cat or their dog, had swallowed something. They needed to take the animal to the vet, and it cost $1,600. And he goes, "My first question is your animal okay? Is your dog, your cat okay?" He goes, "Yeah, it's fine." He goes, "Hey man," he goes, but they found the money for the pet. And I'm an animal lover, guys. I love dogs. I've had 2 when I was growing up. This is not it. But if people can find money for real emergencies, and they can't find money for things that are going to improve their quality of life or offer more things for their family, they've already made a decision about their commitment level. Okay? And those are hard things we have to do for ourselves. We have to make those judgments. We have to make those decisions. Okay? That somebody's in, somebody's out. You can't do it for anybody. You only do it for you. So guard yourself. You come from a position of strength. You have something nobody else has. It should be somebody's privilege to work with you. You brought something amazing to their life. You brought amazing technology to their life. You brought amazing opportunity to their life. It's completely honest. It's completely high integrity. We stand behind our stuff. People giving us rave reviews. You brought something to their life that they never had before. And if they don't want it, they made a decision. You can't want it for them. But we have everything going for us. So next week, we're going to talk about talking about money and feeling good about it. So till the next week, you guys have a great, great day, great evening, and enjoy the Christmas specials going on. I think it's going to be quite rewarding for everybody to do that. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here on this thing. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Here we go, and we're back. So I'm going to bid adieu, Paul. So I'm going to say bye-bye for now. You guys have a great meeting, and it's weird not being control freak, as you guys know. So I'm going to end the meeting, Paul. You guys have a great night. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks again, Jay. Appreciate it.
All right.